Hi, my name is Young Noodle, and today I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to get Escape from Tarkov to run a little bit better on your computer. Now, this video format has been done a million times by a million different people, but hopefully I give you something different that you haven't seen before that might help you run the game a little bit smoother. Now, first things first, if you are clicking this video or any other video and you're not sure why the game is lagging or why it's not running smooth, I'm going to stop you right there and tell you that you need 32 gigabytes of RAM to run Tarkov smooth as butter. And that is for a lot of maps like Reserve, like Shoreline, like Lighthouse, etc., Streets of Tarkov especially. You're going to need 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm going to show you just in a second how to check if you have that. Now, what you're gonna do is you're going to go to your little search tab here, depending on what version of Windows that you're on, and you're gonna type in system information and click that right here. And down here, you're going to have installed physical memory or RAM. 32 is the recommended amount that I'd say. It's not in the recommended specs for the game. I believe they say that you need 16 gigabytes, but 32 gigabytes is what is going to make the game run perfect and smooth for the most part on your end. Now, on to the actual game. You're going to go to your settings, and the number one setting that this also gets reset almost every wipe or every big patch, which is really annoying. So sometimes you'll boot up the game and you'll be like, why was my game running fine before, but it's not running fine anymore. You go to your graphics settings and object LOD quality, which is basically the quality that things render in as, and overall visibility, so the rendering of things from far away, you're going to want to turn those down. There's no specific setting that I can say will make your game run perfectly with these, but they'll definitely help performance. I have my overall visibility low because generally playing games like this or Arma or anything that has you shooting things at long range, it kind of does give you an advantage over having stuff not render in at high quality because you can see clearer from farther away. Now, obviously, if you want your game to look nicer, you want to turn this up and you want to turn the LOD quality up, but that's not what we're here for today. We're here to basically make the game run a lot smoother on your rig. Now, if you're still having trouble and you've tried what I've already mentioned, NVIDIA DLSS, FSR 2.2 and 3.0, these are settings that you can use and play around with to make your game run better as well. They basically change the way that your game renders resolution wise, so if the game detects that you're going below a certain frame rate or that it's chugging along, it will downscale your resolution. It makes the game blurry, so I don't personally use it because obviously Escape from Tarkov is a game that you want to have good vision in and stuff like that. But if you're really just trying to get the game to run really well, you can go to one of these settings. You can turn it based on performance, balance, quality. Quality will still downscale, but it'll still try and make it look nice. But like I said, these options generally make the game a little bit blurry for me, so I'm not a big fan. But if your end goal is just to get the game to run well and you're at the point that it's just annoying you that everything is not running perfect and you don't really care about losing some visual fidelity, you can use these settings as well. Another thing that I recommend to turn off immediately to improve your frame rate that you may not think has a very big impact until recently was NVIDIA Shadowplay. Now, if you're unaware what NVIDIA Shadowplay is and you have an NVIDIA graphics card, all you have to do is hit Alt-Z and there will be this menu, and you can change the shortcuts and stuff like that. You can customize this whole thing, but having this instant replay on will allow you to record things with your GPU. That being said, just having this overlay enabled and just having this overlay on at any point in time while you're playing, even if you're not recording or using it, will affect your frame rate to an extent. Now, what you can do is open it up with Alt-Z and just have instant replay off. Because I don't have too many performance issues, this works for me. But if it is giving you any more FPS decrease or you feel like this could be the cause to something and now you're realizing it, what you can do is you can go into your search bar, type in uninstall, and uninstall GeForce Experience. That is the app that has this installed, that it comes with your graphics card, that is automatically installed with the drivers. And I will show you what it looks like right here on my desktop. If you've ever seen this, this is what you want to uninstall. It doesn't really provide anything for you other than having an easy way to install drivers, but if you already know how to do it through the NVIDIA website, it's basically the same thing, so there's not really a use of having this. But because it doesn't really affect me on my rig, the other settings that I have already made the game smooth. I still have it, but if you feel like you've tried everything else, this is always something you can try, as uninstalling GeForce Experience. Now, if you're still having issues, one of the last things that you can do, especially if you have an NVIDIA GPU, but this will always work with AMD GPUs as well, you just need to do it a little bit differently. The menu will look different, but this has helped me multiple times, not just with this game as well. You'll right click the background of your screen, you'll go to show more options, and then NVIDIA control panel. AMD has something similar, I believe. I'm not too familiar with it. I've never actually owned an AMD GPU, so if someone in the comments wants to shed some light on that, just let me know. But you'll go to manage 3D settings, and you could do it for global settings. I do it for global settings, but if you want it specifically for Tarkov, you can go to program settings. Now, if you have a slower computer, this whole menu might take a little while to boot up, so don't worry about that. It might say that it's crashing or whatever, so just give it a second, let it do its thing. You'll go to select a program. I already have Tarkov selected because I launched it recently. If you don't see the game here, just launch Escape from Tarkov and then close the game and come back here, and it'll show up as the first options. You'll hit add, and then down here, you'll see power management mode. Now you can click this. My global setting is normal, but you can go to prefer maximum performance, and you'll hit that, you'll hit apply, and that should make the game run a little bit smoother if your computer has especially like an eco mode setting, or you're on a laptop, etc. This will make it so that it doesn't minimize the power drawn, and it just kind of uses whatever power the computer needs to run the game stable. This is not going to make an insane amount of a difference, but if you're noticing a little bit of stuttering here and there with this game or even other games, this could be something that would basically fix that for you. Now, keep in mind with these settings, they will get reset. Not only just this setting, but anything that you do here will get reset anytime you driver updates for your PC. So you will have to go back and do this again manually every time. I know it's annoying, but it is something that every time you do a driver update, generally, especially if you're doing a clean, full, fresh install driver update, it will reset everything. If you're not sure what a driver update is, I do suggest going on the NVIDIA website and getting your drivers updated first. That's not going to be in this video, but that is something, the whole other thing that you got to worry about. But yeah. So let me know in the comments if any of these things helped you. Hopefully I gave you something that you haven't seen in another video. I know most people have talked about the overall visibility setting and everything, but I wanted to give a couple other things that maybe you haven't tried out yet to see if your game can run smoother. So leave a like and a comment, and subscribe for more.